What if yesterday's obsolete fighter jets could become tomorrow's most dangerous weapons? What if aircraft once destined for scrapyards were instead reborn, not with pilots, but with purpose? Today, we uncover one of the most intriguing and quietly evolving military strategies in the world: China's transformation of old fighter jets into unmanned combat systems. Instead of focusing only on expensive, next-generation aircraft, it is reportedly converting older fighter jets, machines once considered outdated, into drones. Not just surveillance drones, but potentially combat-capable, remotely operated, or even semi-autonomous weapons. And the numbers are raising eyebrows. Reports suggest that up to 200 aging fighter jets may be part of this transformation. So what's really going on here? Let's start with the aircraft themselves. Many of these older jets, like early-generation fighters from past decades, are no longer suitable for modern dogfights. They lack stealth, advanced avionics, and survivability against today's air defenses. Traditionally, these aircraft would be retired, dismantled, or used for training. But China seems to be giving them a second life. By removing the pilot and installing remote control systems, AI-assisted navigation, and updated communication links, these jets can be turned into unmanned aerial vehicles, essentially large, fast, heavily capable drones. Now, you might be wondering, why go through all this effort? Why not just build new drones from scratch? The answer comes down to cost, scale, and strategy. Modern fighter jets can cost tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars each. Advanced stealth drones aren't cheap either. But older aircraft? They're already built. Already paid for. Transforming them is significantly cheaper than starting from zero. And when you're thinking in terms of large-scale conflict, numbers matter. A fleet of hundreds of expendable, high-speed drone fighters could overwhelm even the most advanced defenses. This leads us to a critical concept in modern warfare: saturation. Imagine a scenario where dozens or even hundreds of drone aircraft are launched at once. Some could carry weapons. Others could act as decoys. Some might jam radar systems. Others might gather intelligence. Defenders would be forced to respond to all of them at once. Missiles get used up. Radar gets confused. Decision-making becomes harder under pressure. And in that chaos, even a small number of successful strikes could have a major impact. There's another advantage too: no pilot risk. In traditional air combat, every mission carries the possibility of losing highly trained and extremely valuable pilots. Training a fighter pilot takes years and costs millions. But with unmanned systems, that risk disappears. These converted jets can be sent into dangerous environments, heavily defended airspace, high-risk missions without concern for human life on board. In military terms, they become expendable assets. But don't mistake expendable for ineffective. These aircraft still have serious capabilities. They are fast, far faster than most conventional drones. They can carry significant payloads, including missiles or electronic warfare equipment. And because they were originally designed as manned fighters, they have performance characteristics that many drones simply can't match. How are these drone fighters actually operated? There are a few possibilities. Some may be remotely piloted from ground stations, similar to how many military drones operate today. Others could follow pre-programmed flight paths, executing missions autonomously. And increasingly, artificial intelligence may play a role, helping these systems make decisions in real time, adapt to threats, and coordinate with other drones. This concept is often referred to as loyal wingman or swarm warfare. In a swarm scenario, multiple unmanned aircraft work together, sharing data and coordinating their actions. One drone might detect a radar signal. Another might move to jam it. A third could position itself for an attack. Together, they function as a network rather than individual units. And when older fighter jets are added into this mix, the swarm gains speed, range, and firepower. Of course, this strategy isn't without challenges. Converting old jets into drones is technically complex. You need to replace or modify cockpit systems, install remote controls, ensure secure communications, and potentially integrate new weapons systems. But even with these challenges, the strategic logic remains strong. In modern warfare, it's not just about having the most advanced weapon, it's about how you use what you have. And China appears to be exploring a model that emphasizes quantity, flexibility, and adaptability. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. This approach reflects a broader shift in military thinking. Around the world, armed forces are investing heavily in unmanned systems, drones in the air, at sea, and on land. The future battlefield is likely to include a mix of human-operated and autonomous systems working together. And in that environment, older equipment doesn't have to be obsolete. It can be repurposed, reimagined, reborn. There's also a psychological dimension to consider. Facing a swarm of incoming aircraft, some real threats, some decoys can create confusion and stress for defenders. It forces rapid decision-making under uncertainty. And in warfare, uncertainty is often the most dangerous weapon of all. So what does this mean for the balance of power? It suggests that future conflicts may be less about individual superiority and more about systems, networks, and scale. A smaller number of highly advanced jets could be challenged by a larger force of coordinated unmanned systems. And nations that can effectively integrate old and new technologies may gain a significant advantage. It's important to note that much of this strategy operates in a gray zone, partly visible, partly hidden. Details are limited. Capabilities are often speculative. But the direction is clear. China is not just building new weapons, it's redefining how existing ones can be used. And that brings us back to the core idea. 200 old fighter jets. Once symbols of past power. Now potentially part of a new kind of warfare, one where machines fly without pilots, where numbers can overwhelm precision, and where yesterday's technology becomes tomorrow's strategy. The question is no longer whether this transformation is happening. The real question is, how far will it go? And how will the rest of the world respond? Because in the rapidly evolving landscape of modern warfare, even the past can become a weapon. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the technologies shaping our world.